This week we're taking a look at the stages of grief. We've gone through denial. Yesterday was anger. Today is bargaining. So listen up as I read from The Language of Letting Go, November 5th. Let's make a deal. The relationship just wasn't working out, and I wanted it so badly. I kept thinking if I just made myself look prettier, if I just try to be a more loving, kind person, then he would love me. I turned myself inside out to be something better when all along who I was okay. And I just couldn't see what I was doing, though, until I moved forward and accepted reality. One of the most frustrating stages of acceptance in the grief process is the bargaining stage. In denial, there is bliss. In anger, there is some sense of power. And in bargaining, we vacillate between believing there is something we can do to change things and realizing there isn't. We may get our hopes up again and again only to have them dashed. Many of us have turned ourselves inside out to try to negotiate with reality. Some of us have done things that appear absurd in retrospect once we've achieved acceptance. And if I try to be a better person, then this won't happen. If I look prettier, keep a cleaner house, lose weight, smile more, let go, hang on more tightly, close my eyes and count to 10, holler, then I won't have to face this loss, this change. There are stories I've heard about attempts to bargain with people's drinking, for example. If I keep the house clean, he won't drink. If I make her happy by buying her a new dress, she won't drink. If I buy my son a new car, maybe he'll stop using drugs. Adult children have bargained with their losses too. Maybe if I'm the perfect child, then mom or dad will love and approve of me. And they'll be there for me when I want them to be. And we do big, small, and in-between things, sometimes crazy shit to ward off, stop, or stall the pain involved with accepting reality. There is no substitute for accepting reality. That's our goal. But along the way, we may try to strike a deal, recognize our attempts at bargaining for what they are part of the grief process, helps our lives become manageable. Today, I will give myself and others the freedom to fully grieve losses, and I will hold myself accountable, but I will give myself permission to be human. When I read this, as I was reading this, I was thinking of the moment when I came to accept reality and how many years it took to get me to that acceptance. And I just remember looking at my ex-husband and watching a former president, and my ex had the same qualities of being bombastic, needing to be right all the time, being really super sensitive, not able to make decisions. And I was contorting myself so that he would love me. And when I realized that's what I had done, I had given up my very soul, my very integrity to get these little breadcrumbs. And what I had to be willing to give up was my love for my father-in-law, his father, who just loves me so much. And it was such a hard thing to get through. And this is where grief is part of it. It's like I was giving up everything for a little bit of love, and it was so not worth it. And everything I had done was absurd. And I could have ended it years ago, but my denial was so deep. My grievances, my habitual patterns of thinking, the way I grew up, it was just a part of my pattern. And it takes a lot to get through this. And I thank my friends and family who stood by me when they could see the crazy, and I was part of it. And it took years, like I said. And if you are in this stage where you are in the process of grieving and bargaining and hoping things will change, they will not change until you change. I do know that. So if you like this kind of content, please like, follow, subscribe. I would love if you did that. And as we move through this life of ours, today is election day, I hope you go out and vote. But as we move through this life of ours, know that if we can just be kinder to ourselves, be more gentle to ourselves, we become kinder and gentler to others, making this world a better place. I love you.